What's going on, everybody? Travis with RAC Garage, and in this video we're going to be doing a roof insert. Alright, so I know I said my first project with the power hammer was going to be a deck lid, and my son's grubby fingers on the lens, but Chris with the Vicky came over and decided actually to not sell the car, and he wants more done to it. So I got to put a roof insert in this car, and if you've ever done one before, you know it's not an easy job. Big low crown panels are difficult, and it's not like a normal roof insert like say for a 36 or for even a Model A. The Model A is kind of big, but so what I'm trying to get at is this is going to be difficult, and it's a very large panel with a low crown. I have my sweeps that I kind of identified, key radiuses, I guess, key profiles on the roof. So I'll show you those now. So I have one of the sheets on here. I have to make it in two pieces, at least. I might even do three if I can't wrangle this big piece in the hammer. So right now, obviously you can tell, if you don't put any shape in a panel and you try to put it on a roof, it just doesn't work out. There's no shape, there's no strength to a panel like that, so it's not gonna look good. You could have bracing in there and kind of make it work, but the edge is gonna be crinkly and it's not going to be good. So back here, kind of identified as an 8, kind of droops down a little bit in the back, but right over here is about an 8, and it's getting pushed in because of the weight of that panel. Along the side here, if you can tell, you can kind of see that, it's a 4 for me. Whatever 4 means, it's a number 4. And then across the front, and I'm assuming all the way back, it's a number 3. So I'll use these as my guides to what I'm doing. So yeah, it's going to be difficult, and I'm probably going to learn a heck of a lot, which is kind of good. It's really good, actually. Diving into a difficult project for the first one. I know you probably shouldn't do that, but I have to, so that's what I'm going to do. I guess let's just dive right into it. Got to clean up this panel. Put a little acetone on it, both sides, clean it real good, then lube it up. And I think I'm going to try and mark out different sections of this. I'm still not sure on how to do it, so it's going to take me a little while to mark it out and see what I need to do, but that's where I'm starting. I figured I'd show you guys this. I put some holds or brackets on the hammer. So I got a couple zigzag ones there, and I have 2 L brackets there. And it's overkill because it just vibrates and kind of shimmies along off the floor when it's not bolted on. So that there is just keeping it from moving, and it's not like there's any load pressure making it move over. So those are perfectly sufficient. I think that's all I did. Yeah, nothing else I did. Oh, I did hit this with a, I don't know if you can even tell, with a needle scaler. You can still see the cut marks, but there's also a texture there, so I don't know, it just kind of makes it look semi-cast, I think. Can't really tell. Maybe you can. I tried to do it so it would get rid of those lines, but it didn't work. But I'm happy with it anyway. It doesn't matter, it's just aesthetic. Let's get to work. All right, I really haven't been recording today because I've literally just been pounding that piece of metal on this hammer all day long. Chasing highs and lows because I'm learning how to run the machine. You know, just is what it is. But I think it looks pretty good. I do have some holidays, as I call them, little dings in the panel from just not having the panel straight with the dies and it kind of getting away from me. But if you push in the center of the panel, it doesn't go anywhere. So I got the shape right. It's symmetrical. The sweeps fit on it nicely where it needs to fit them. I also trimmed it a little bit. I didn't leave myself enough for this. Well, I did, and then I cut it away because I think I want to patch that piece first and then put the insert over it. I'm not trying to go down all the way to here. I was going to, but right down here is going to be really hard to planish out. So I'm going to move it back some and fix this beforehand on each side. But the back there kind of dips down because that's just kind of how it is right now. I don't want to stretch the edge too much and lose the shape from here. So when I make this panel, it's going to overlap a little bit. And when I weld these together and planish it, it should stretch it out and it should wash the two panels together, and it should be nice and even transition. So tomorrow I'm going to be working on this this back half. Luckily it can be a little smaller than this panel. This was big and cumbersome. I think it worked out pretty good. Can't really tell I did much on camera, which is nice. In person, if you look at it in the right light, you see a couple holidays here and there, but it's got nice panel finish. It's not polished, but it's nice and it's an even finish. Yeah, just got to work on the other side tomorrow, and hopefully I can learn from what I did today and make that panel a little bit faster. Maybe get them welded together and planished out. But at the same time, once I weld them, it's going to be a really big panel, and I'm not sure if I want to planish out the weld with this, or if I'm just going to grab my JRM Milwaukee style hammer and just put the big roof hoop on it and go to town. Not quite sure yet. I'll probably do that since I'm a one-man band, and I just can't wrestle a panel that big. I could barely wrestle that one. And I think for big things like this, I might have made the hammer a little too high. So I think I'm going to build a little platform to go on the ground that I can just tip up and put against a wall when I don't need it. Because I don't need it for everything. Smaller panels, it's at a perfect height. But the big ones where I have to have my arms out like this the whole time, man, it's like too high up. My shoulders are burning. So hopefully I'm not that gassed out tomorrow. But, you know, I'll power through it because I need to get it done. I get my block stand. All right, so I got the back panel probably like halfway done. It's got most of the contours, but now I'm going to adjust the stroke on the power hammer so it's lighter, so I can kind of chase out some lows, because you can't really tell that there's low spots, but once I grab my gauge here, see, that's pretty good, but around here you see how much is showing, and then it disappears. So I kind of marked out a couple places, one over there, one over here, and it's slightly low, but I got to take care of those. And after I do these 2 spots, I can almost guarantee you there's one on that side, since it was raised up in the middle, nice and fine, and then halfway to the edge, it was low, and I was chasing it, and then it was not high again over here. But I think the way I'm moving the panel, I'm kind of getting here a lot, and then when I get to the middle, I'm kind of going fast. Maybe it's where I'm stopping and starting again. I'm kind of missing this area. I'm not doing it as much as the edges. I'll get better with seat time, but just kind of figuring this all out. But for right now, it's getting pretty good. And the middle is kind of scaring me in a way where I don't know how I'm gonna bring it up to match each panel together. It would be easy in the power hammer, but I'd need someone else here to help me. And I can do it with a plenishing hammer, but it's gonna take a while. So I don't know, I'm not quite sure, because it's a 4, but as you can see, that's quite a bit of material to move up. Not so bad over here, but the middle is a deep valley, and yeah, I'm kind of unsure what to do there, because if I hit the edge with the power hammer, it's going to stretch the edge, and I think I'll definitely lose some shape in here, and I don't want to do that. So I think the only way to do it is with the power hammer, at least rough it out, and I can go over it again with the planishing hammer. But I'm gonna need somebody here to help. So maybe I'll call one of my buddies over and we can hammer this thing out. But I'm gonna switch the power hammer to a lighter stroke, like I was mentioning before, and take care of these low spots here. And yeah, just get this half correct according to my sweeps, and then kind of cut and splice them together. All right, so that's pretty much where it is right now. I wanted to finish this weld off tonight, but it's kind of late and the power hammer is kind of loud, so I'm just calling it quits for tonight. I'm gonna be kind of considerate of the neighbors now, but I do, over there on that edge, still low. Even after I planted some of it, I just need to do a wash pass over that with the power hammer and bring that low spot up. But everything else is sitting pretty good. There is a piece of metal sticking up here, so that's why this is kind of a little higher than normal, and it's dented in right here, so it's not really helping. Once I cut all that away, I should be able to bring the material up to that. This is sunken in here. It's supposed to be like that, so once it goes up, it meets it nicely. Yeah, so everything's sitting pretty good the way I want it to. Sitting nice over here, sitting nice over here. This is just dipped in because the guy welded it right there. And that was not me. The front sits good on the header. I just need to make little patches here and there, and then I'll be able to cut this roof insert into the car. That'll be really nice. So stick around for part 2. No, don't stick around. You'll be sitting at a computer for a couple days. But pay attention for the second video. I'm going to be finishing that off. It shouldn't take too long. Just this week's been crazy with stuff I didn't foresee, so I thought I was just going to get on it and start jamming on it and have this in a couple days, but I didn't get that much time in the shop. So it's going to be a whole week on that instead of a couple days. So regardless, that'll be done this week, and then we're back on the 36. The doors are finished at blasting, got to pick those up. Then that will set the rear section in place. I'll weld it in place. Make sure there's enough room under the rear end for the exhaust. Lock it in place, get the doors in, lock that in place, finish the front, put the rear fenders on, mount a couple things, skinny up the skirts. There is stuff to do, but it's all kind of relatively small stuff. So I think I can knock it out and get this out of here too. So excited for that. Catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.